Hi there. I just wanted to jump into a little Google Hangout, a little impromptu webinar or a little impromptu video. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been doing Diamond Club, and I realized that I haven't been very proactive in sharing with those who are potentially, hosting new classes or hosting classes for the first time. And so I wanted to just kind of take you through a couple of the things that I do when I'm hosting a class, and give you a couple of little tidbits of things that I've found that really work for me. So just so that we're of the understanding, I have a day planner. The day planner is set into 3 time slots for the day. So I have a 9 to 11:30 time slot, I have a 1 to 4 time slot, and a 5:30 to 7:30 time slot. So those are for classes. You'll notice that those time slots are, nothing short of 2 hours. And that is so that, I have time to talk to people afterwards if they've got any questions, help them through any, guidance that they may need for a particular, pressing issue. I can also talk through LRP if someone wants to know a little bit more. But there's also a portion at the end of the class that I say something along the lines of, if you feel that you could teach or you have a passion for health and wellness and you'd like to explore options to earn a residual income, then let's have a chat afterwards. And that little buffer, that time, gives me a bit of a chance to catch up with people one-on-one or in a little group or smaller group. So that's at least 2 hours per class. I also have an enrollment form, a price list, and a class outline at every single class. So making sure that you have that available for every single class. The things that I'm you don't have to have them, now nice twos, are sample vials. So whether it be a little sample vial or you want to have a little rollerball or a spritzer bottle or something like that, you don't have to have one for each and every person, although it is a really nice gesture. But if money's tight or you feel that that it's stressing you out because the order of your little bottles hasn't arrived on time, don't stress about that. Just make sure that you have all the Home Essentials kit there with you so that you're able to pass it around and let everyone smell and experience it. The other thing is that, if you have a sample vial or you have a roller bottle or a spritzer, you can give that away as a door prize. So you have your little drawing cards. I don't really know where to look because I can see myself. Anyway, I have a little drawing card that you can get on Chair Success, and I give a door prize out to somebody who fills out those little prompts on the form. So I normally do that if there's over 3 people in the class, 50-50 chance if there's 2. But the other things that you could do is you could literally show them how to mix and to blend and then give that away. You could also use the little ramekin that you would use for the that thing, aromatic dressing. So there are a couple of different things. You don't have to do it all. Just pick and choose the ones that work for you. And also, about looking at the people who are coming to your class. I was hosting a class with someone in our team the other day, and she was saying, mums don't, in her experience, mums don't really have the time to do a full aromatic dressing from toes up to the face when they've got a tiny little bubba at home. So she was like, she was just going to show them a little bit of aromatic dressing around the décolletage up towards the neck. And I said, that's perfect. If you know that the people that are coming in to your class won't have as much time as maybe others will, then just work around what works for them. So I normally have some food and water, and once again, I'm not the best cook, so I don't prepare slices and gummies and all those beautiful things. I will just take an apple, chop it up, rest it in some On Guard water, maybe even spray the apples with On Guard water, and Bob's your uncle, right? So that's it. Sometimes I don't even have time to do that if I'm rushing in and out or for whatever reason. I always have a bottle of water or a glass jug of water with a drop of lemon oil, a drop of digestion, whatever's working for the crowd, so whatever's the crowd, for the people in attendance. So yeah, that's the actual class. If I'm looking at the invite, I'm trying to get the invites ready 2 weeks in advance. And by that, I mean the personal invite that I've prepared and written out, handed to the person, or the Eventbrite invite that is online. I say 2 weeks before the event because that gives people time to plan for the event. 2 days before the event, I'm contacting the people who are coming. So there's two things here. You've got a personal class where you have people who from your personal network, maybe a group of people that are all going to come, your friends, your family. And if that's the case, I'll contact them each personally and say, hey, I just remind them about the class and let them know, I've prepared snacks, or, I'm really excited to get to meet you or get to know you and all those sorts of things. And then if the class is in the evening, so if it's, a 5:30 class, the morning of the class, I'll also send a reminder. Now, if the texting doesn't work, you can always send an email. Try not to send group emails, rather send them personalized. Eventbrite does have an option where you're able to email your attendee, so just Google that and find out how you're able to do that. But it will personalize that particular email, and it'll say something along the lines of, hey, so-and-so, can't wait to see you later. Just a short reminder, class starts at 5:30. Try and be there 10 minutes earlier so we can start bang on 5:30. Looking forward to seeing you there. So it's just keeping that communication going throughout, the 2 or 3 days leading up to the event. There are going to be times where people cancel, and it's inevitable, it's going to happen. Don't get down on it, it just happens. The important part is that, we follow up with those people afterwards and say, I was really sad that you weren't able to make the class. Is there anything else, any other times that you're able to come round, or, offer them a wellness consult one-on-one, or, something like that, so that you're not losing touch with those people. Constantly keep in contact with them. Maybe it wasn't the right timing or for whatever reason. So, keeping in touch with them is really important. Then the people who have come to the event, you want to keep in touch with them as well. So for this particular purpose, for Diamond Club events, the ones that I'm hosting and coming to, all your beautiful homes and spaces to host, I'll enroll them through the Diamond Club portal. You'll still get the enrollment, but I process the order through the portal. And so with that, I'll send an email just saying, to the person who's enrolled, saying, we've just enrolled you, congratulations, and all that kind of thing. From there on, you're the one that needs to nurture and love that new enrollee. So it's up to you to take the reins of this beautiful horse and carriage and run with it. Be the one who's supporting them. Contact them 3 or 4 days after we've processed their order, and say, whether it's an email, a text, or a phone call even, that's so much better, but say, have your oils arrived yet? Of course, you don't want to be bothering people, but you'll get the gist of whether or not an email is appropriate. Generally I send an email unless it's someone who I know doesn't respond to emails. I enrolled someone the other day who's a little bit older. She was in her late 50s, and she said to me, I don't really check my emails very often. So we called her to say, hi, did you receive your order? So just that little touch, it's not just process the order and forget. Right? You want to make sure that they still feel nurtured and loved, because they're going to need support in how they're going to use their oils. So that's for the people who have enrolled. And then there's people who didn't enroll on the day, and we still want to make them feel important. So I kind of had these 3 little portals, people who enrolled, people who cancelled, who weren't able to attend, and the people who were there but didn't enroll. And it may mean that, Maybe they didn't roll because they're not ready. Maybe there was, there's something, a limiting factor that's not allowing them to purchase the oils. Don't discount them, don't push them, but just let them know that you're still there, so that when they do get to the point that they want to invest in their health and well-being, you're the first person in their mind to contact and connect with, right? So this is all about connection and about getting into a space where you kind of form this really beautiful bond and this friendship, so that people contact you, when they need something for health and wellness. It's a natural thing. So I've written down 17 little things that I actually go through each and every time I'm going to run a class, or I'm thinking about, what do I do now? You get to that black spot where you're thinking, crap, I don't even know where to even begin, and I don't know what to do. So I took myself to a cafe the other day with no phone, and I took a notebook and I just started writing the things that I was going to do when I got home. So the first thing was following up on emails. So some people, as I mentioned before, they love a good email. They're not very great on the phone. Maybe they, work 9 to 5. They can't hang out on the telephone, and then they go home and they've got their kids, and it's just a bit crazy. So following up on any emails that you may not have necessarily followed up on, and that includes your contacts and your lists. And if you do have a list, like a MailChimp list or something that's provided, like, that's something that's quite fancy pants, then email every week at least to people, just to let them know how you're going, what's new in your life, the weather, all that kind of stuff. The other thing is to engage in Facebook groups, or engage with your friends on Facebook or Instagram, or some social media. Making sure that you're offering thoughtful and valuable tidbits and advice, and just kind of being yourself. This is something that I'm really starting to sink into. And, at first, when I first started my journey with doTERRA, I was quite, salesy, because I didn't really know how to sell. So I just thought, I'm just going to let people know that I sell the oils, and then that's it. However, I have recently, I was listening to a talk the other day, and I realized that I've been hiding myself so much from not even potential clients, but my friends. I just stopped posting about my life, and it just all became about the oils. And thank God nobody has told me to bugger off yet. But yeah, just really sharing about your own life. The other thing that I do is I survey people. So what that will look like is, just having a little bit of a chat with people, my friends, my family, anybody really, if there's any sort of health and well-being issues, and that comes really naturally for me. If it doesn't for you, skip this one out. But I have an interest in health and well-being. So I'll quite often just say, like, how are you going? How are you feeling? What's working for you? What isn't? And that really comes naturally for me. So from there, I get an idea of where people are at, what could help them. And I'm never pushy about there's this stigma around sales that's, pushy, but I'm just always informing and sharing. And I give away so many samples. And this is probably the wrong thing to do, is that I give them away, and I follow up every now and then, but I have no expectation that by giving the sample away, people are going to come and buy from me. I'm giving because I want to share the oils, and I do touch base with them to find out how they're doing with the oils, but there's never an expectation that they're going to purchase from me. If they do, it's awesome, because that means that they see the true value of the oils, and they're loving the oils, and they're using it in their lives. But it is hit and miss. Some people will receive a little gift from you, and I know with my friends in particular, if it was a random person, I would ask them first, say something along the lines of, would you be open to me giving you an oil sample? I'll contact you in a day or two to find out how it's going, or how you're enjoying it, or whatever. But with my friends and family, I just give it to them, and I'm like, put this on, blah, 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 and smell this and do that. So I can be a bit pushy with my friends, but obviously just kind of gauging that, right? What else did I write? I also ask my friends and family for referrals. So, those who have experienced the oils and love them, I invite them to a class. So I've always got a class planned. Even if it's a tentative class, I've got no one coming yet. It's on Eventbrite, every week there's a class booked, and I'll say to them, hey, if you would love to join us on Sunday at 2 p.m, bring a friend with. I'd love to gift you something for bringing someone and introducing them to the oils. So remembering that if that person is an enrollee, is your enrollee, that they will get the enrollment. You'll never get the enrollment if you're introducing a wellness advocate's contact to the oils. But yeah, I mean, asking, your attendees to bring a friend. So you've got some random people who've responded to your Eventbrite, and you realize that you're only at half capacity, and the 2 days before the event, you're reminding them about the class, and you say, hey, I've got a couple of extra spare tickets. Would you like to bring someone? I'd love to gift you something for bringing someone, or there's going to be some gifts at the class, or there's going to be a door prize, or you'll get the drift. You'll understand what it is that you want to offer at the time. I've written, let's see, what else I've written. So at work, if you work, I always ask business buddies for referrals. If I am working at a yoga studio, for example, or I am next door to a chiropractor or something like that, I'll always try and partner with any complementary business owner and try to offer them something of value, and something that's going to appeal to their clients, so that you're broadening your contact list, right? So if you're working through them, I mean, it just speaks for itself. The next thing is to create a wish list. And I do this a lot as part of my morning manifestations. So I'll sit down and I'll journal. And I think Jessie Reimers does an amazing video on this about, what does your potential WAs, what do they have that, what characteristics do they have, and what are they like, and just writing that all down, because you're paving an energetic path for them to come to you. I think about ways to share an irresistible freebie. I can't talk. So, it may get to a point where I've got an existing WA and I know that they will love a perfume, or they would love, a bottle of wild orange to go with their home essentials kit. I will offer that to them. They're investing in their health, and only if I can financially, then that's something that I would love to do. Another thing is to host a webinar. So some people need to build a relationship with you. They want to see your face. They don't necessarily want to see slides. So host a webinar. Let them hear your voice. It doesn't have to be long. It does not have to be perfect, as Alice said in the group today. Just host it. Just talk to people. I mean, it is a bit weird. I'm sitting in my apartment and I'm looking at, I don't even know where to look, but people are starting to get the idea that I'm just human and I'm just me. So I think that's kind of, that bridges the gap between being just some internet sensation, which of course I am, but just this internet thing versus being a real person. So that's another thing. I always make sure that in everything that I'm posting online, or any text that I'm sending or anything, there's always a call to action. So click here for a complimentary class, or please let me know by 12 p.m. tomorrow whether you'd like to take this wellness consult spot that I have for you, or let me know if you're able to join us on Friday night, blah, blah, blah. So always make sure that you have that call to action at the end of your invite, or your text or whatever. And on that, I do invite people to a free wellness consult. So if someone's umming and eyeing about coming round, or they can't actually make it, I'll say to them, I would love to meet up with you for a free 30 to 60 minute wellness consult. We'll just talk about your health goals, and I'll just, potentially be able to guide you in the right direction. Yeah, you want to be consistent. Several touches before people want to invest, particularly in their health and well-being, right? So be real, be connected, send your regular emails, texts and calls to those people who attend, those people who cancel, those people who who have enrolled, just be consistent. This is your little baby tribe. You know, you're really starting to forge these relationships with them. And then I follow up. So if I haven't heard back from someone, you know, there's always those text messages that go amiss. I contact them, letting them know I'm thinking about them, or, you know, they haven't received or responded to my message. I always make sure that people that I haven't spoken to for at least 3 months, so if I've had someone who was interested but kind of didn't want to make the purchase, and it got to the point where I felt, you know, that they felt a bit uncomfortable, before it gets to the point where I feel that they may feel uncomfortable, I just leave it, because when they're ready, they will come to us. They'll come back to me. And if I haven't heard from them for 3 months, it's just as simple as saying, hey, so-and-so, how you doing? You know, would you like to catch up for a coffee? And I never talk about the oils if it's a reconnection, right? So I'm never going to meet up with someone and just bombard them with oily information. Like, it's a true connection. I'm going to meet up with them and have a cup of tea. And yeah, I really love that part about this, is that it's really about connection, and it really isn't about the oils at all. I mean, the oils are a really beautiful conduit, but, you know, it's a really beautiful way to connect. But I've made so many friends through the oils that I did not know before. It's incredible. It's really cool. What else did I write? Past clients check-ins, so the people who have enrolled, who you haven't spoken to for about 3 months, just check in. How are you going with the oils? What's your favorite at the moment? Reward your existing wellness advocates. I think I said that before. And the last one was just about investing in me. So people are going to be attracted to me when I am putting myself first and when I'm investing in my health and well-being. And so I am like the most important person in my life, you know. Then Andre and Marvin are a tandem second. But, you know, even today, for example, I felt really drained and tired, and I think I have, you know, I just felt really exhausted. So I had a half an hour nap, and that's not uncommon for me. And I know a lot of people will be, you know, Nana pants over here, but I come first, my health and well-being. And it's because I fill up my own love tank. So whether that's a walk out in the park, or, you know, a coffee down the street on my own, or whatever that looks like for you, just be really invested in your own health and well-being. You're never ever going to be able to serve anybody if your love tank is not full up. So I hope that helped you. I hope that gives you a little bit of guidance as you're setting up to host your first classes. And please, as always, get back to me with any questions. Otherwise, toodles. See ya.